Multiplication. So far, we've seen how to multiply numbers, even quite big numbers. So say 3 by 6 equals 18. Straightforward enough. What we're looking at today is what happens if we have 3 multiplied by minus 10. Now, the mechanics of it is easy. We do it just like an ordinary multiplication. So that equals 30. And if there's a minus around, which there is here, we put a minus in front of our answer. So that's 3 times minus 10 equals 30. What does that mean in real life? Well, suppose I owe a friend 10. Because I owe it, that's minus 10. Suppose I owe 3 friends 10 euros. Then that's 3 times minus 10, which equals minus 30. The total amount of money that I owe is 30. Okay? Okay. The next bit is slightly harder, which is where we're taking, say, 10 again. And we're going to multiply it by a minus number. So by minus 7. What's this going to mean? Well, suppose I'd been paid an extra tenner a week for something by the centre, and the centre had then discovered that they had paid that in error. Then they would have to take away 7 payments of 10 each. So what's the effect of that going to be to me? Well, it's going to be take away 7 payments of 10 euros. So that's going to equal to minus 70. Okay? So again, mechanically, what we do is we look at the numbers. 7 by 10, that's going to equal 70. And then we look around and see, is there a minus? And there is a minus, it's up there. So we put a minus in here. Okay. That works fine. That's straightforward enough. The next thing we're going to move on to is where we've got 2 minuses involved. And that's a little more tricky. First of all, mechanically, suppose we have minus 3 by minus 4. Sometimes actually, just to make this kind of stuff clear, we put in brackets around those. It's just a way of making clear what's happening, but we won't worry about that at the moment. We're going to just start with minus 3 by minus 4. Mechanically, we just do it the same way we normally would. 3 times 4 is 12. And when we're coming to the sign, we look and we see here's a minus, and a minus by a minus is a plus. So, minus times a minus equals plus. Now, let's try and get our heads around that. Okay, a minus times a minus is a plus. Here's a real-life example which kind of explains slightly how that works. Suppose the bank had been taking money out of my account each month. They'd been taking 20 euros out each month for 6 months. Then I look at my statement and I say, that doesn't look right. So I go into the bank, I talk to the bank manager. And now the bank manager agrees with me and says, we've got to take away all those deductions. So the deductions themselves were minus 20 each month. And now he's got to take away 6 of them. So that's minus 20 times minus 6. Each of the deductions from my account, 20 each month, brought it up so that it was down to minus 120. For the bank manager to take that away, which is minus 20 times minus 6, he's got to put in a plus amount of money into my account. He's got to move it up 120 euros. Okay, so that's the minus because he is taking away, and the minus because they were deductions. And the minus times the minus, he's taking away the deductions, gives us a plus. Okay, hope that makes it clearer.